Hey guys, so today is part 2 of the Peasant Elite build. And so what happened since last time? Alright, well, I had a couple polls, and that was for the weapon mounted light, backup sights, sling choice, and obviously I had to put the lower parts together. So got the lower parts kit installed, just standard Mil-spec trigger, standard A2 pistol grip, and just basic freaking buffer tube here. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and put this stuff together and then kind of talk about where this is going to go. So as far as bolt, carrier group, and charging handle, it's just standard PSA stuff that I had extra from upgrading one of my other ARs. So that's going to be fine for what this is. It's all mil-spec stuff, nothing fancy, nothing special, but it does work. So that's what we're gonna go with. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these last few things together here, which is super basic. So not gonna bore you with it. I'm just gonna kind of talk while I do it. So I had an issue with the Sling vote. So you guys voted on the Povast tactical flashlight. We'll go through each one of these here in a minute. You guys voted on the ATI flip-up backup sights. These are polymer. I actually run these on my other stuff. They're cheap, but they work, so it kind of win-win. And then I had a couple of Amazon special choices, and then the Magpul MS1 sling, which retailed for close to the same. The only thing this didn't have were the QD sling mount attachments already built into it, but I had a pack of these. I usually keep a couple on hand just because why not? So this will actually serve two purposes. The QD mounts will be for the sling, and then the M-lock QD attachment will actually hook up to the rifle, so I have a spot to mount the sling up front because on the back I have the QD attachment already there, so that'll work for that. So the sling issue that I had was the vote that I had going on. Another sling won, and that was from Westlake Tactical. Well, they decided to email me saying, hey, there's a problem with your order. We need you to call to figure it out, or we're going to cancel your order if you don't hear back from me within 48 hours. So I'm like, all right, that's weird. You know I got some money on there, and it was like a $17 sling, like no big deal. So I give them a call, and I'm like, hey, got an email saying I need to confirm my order, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, what's your order number? So I give it to them, and they're like, yeah, so we see that you have a different billing and shipping address. And I'm like, okay, what seems to be the freaking problem? And they're like, we just need to verify both addresses. I'm like, all right, like, at this point, I'm thinking I'm getting scammed. I'm like, okay, so, all right. So I go ahead and verify, and you know, both addresses as requested, no issues. And then they're like, so why are they different? And I'm like, because I want them to be. What business is that of yours? Like, I'm trying to order a sling, like not take over Taj Mahal. Like, what are you talking about? And I don't know, the lady proceeded to give me a little bit of attitude. That's our credit card policy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I order from many companies spending hundreds of dollars. Like, what is the deal? I need a freaking knife. What's the deal? And she's like, that's just our policy, sir, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and cancel my order because I don't feel like dealing with a company who does business like that. Not worth it to me for $17. And it's not that I'm trying to be a dick or anything. It's just like, why should I have to answer that? I mean, I'll go ahead and say right now, I'm military. So my billing address is typically different than where I reside. Could I change it? Yeah, but there's no reason to. Like, I don't feel the need to change it because why would any business have on their checkout site billing address, shipping address if it wasn't a common thing to occur? So I don't like businesses who question why I live the way I live and do what I do. So yeah, anyway, redid the poll. Magpul came out on top. So kind of a win-win. Did I spend double? Yeah, but that's what the people chose. So I did have some more budget options. They chose this. I mean, for 34 bucks for, you know, authentic Magpul, I don't think that's a bad deal. So anyway, let's go over what you guys voted on. So ATI polymer flip up backup sights. So these work just fine. They flip up. No shit, right? They flip up. The only thing that they don't have is they're not spring loaded. So instead of pushing a little button, you actually have to, once they're mounted on a rifle, you just physically flip it up. I mean, how hard is that? No big deal. So yeah, they're polymer, they're durable. This front sight post adjusts by just, you know, turning the wheel. You don't have to have a special tool or anything crazy. Same thing with the rear windage adjustment. Just turns. No big deal. All right, cool. Flip up sights, cool. This thing, so I did open the box already just because I was curious and I wanted to charge it just to make sure it was good. So it, standard dude, just comes with a bullshit little thanks for buying our product. So, comes with the standard tail cap, the pressure pad tail cap, a battery, the light itself, which I'm going to go over here in a second, and then the M-lock mount. So this M-lock mount will mount straight to our rail, holds the light. Pretty standard stuff, nothing crazy there. So what I want to go over is how freaking huge this light is. So, you know, y'all voted on it. So I put 3 options out there. I was hoping another one won, but this is the one that won. Go figure. So we're just gonna go over it real quick. So I just want to say this thing's huge compared to my my other lights. This thing is massive. So if this weapon fails, I definitely have a damn billy club that I can beat him to death with, because the end on this thing is freaking massive. Now I know it's 1200 lumens, but so are some of my other lights, and they're, you know, damn near half the size. So they got the momentary switch, and you have a constant on, so that's cool. Some of them don't have that feature where it's just as long as you're applying pressure, or it's just on and that's it. There's no momentary. So that's a cool feature. It does have an indicator light here, and this also changes the settings. So there's constant on, then you got dim, and then dimmer, and then you got this freaking epilepsy trigger warning here. And then I'm guessing this is like SOS, Morse code. I don't know, man. And then it's off. So not a bad deal. Pretty cool features. And then it's got the charging port here, so you don't have to, like, some of them you got to take the battery out and put it on a dedicated charger. This, you just plug straight into the housing and call it a day. So you can, I don't know, lean the rifle up against the wall, plug the light in, let it charge. You don't have to dismount it or do anything crazy, because this is not a quick disconnect. It's just straight M-lock onto the rail, and that is it. And then mag pull sling. Yeah, so I already kind of talked about this. Nothing crazy. It is quick adjust. It's pretty smooth, so I like that. And then, yeah, I just got to put my QD attachments on there, and that's it. So this is her. So she freaking clear for you people who worry about it. If it wasn't clear, you probably wouldn't be seeing this video, because I wouldn't be dumb enough to post it and embarrass myself. So anyway, yeah. So far, everything works as it should. Boom. Send the bolt home. And then I'm going to go ahead and standard Mil-spec trigger. Mil-spec's like what, 6.2 whatever pounds. So nothing crazy there. This is from Delta Team Tactical, so I don't know who they use as far as the trigger housing. Doesn't feel too bad. I mean, feels like a Mil-spec trigger. It works. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing fancy, but it works. I don't know who they use as far as triggers go. So, I mean, Mil-spec's Mil-spec. Yes, some stuff is better, but as long as it meets Mil-spec standards, then Mil-spec is Mil-spec. Nothing really too much more to go over with this. I mean, she's smooth. She's actually light. I actually put it, I weighed it without the bolt carrier group though. It weighed just over 6 pounds, like 6.3, something like that. So it's a fairly lightweight. Obviously, once I add the freaking cinder block of a flashlight, it's actually not too heavy. It's just really bulky. It's actually a lightweight aluminum housing, but I mean, it feels good. It feels durable. It feels like it's made well. Time will tell how it holds up with this cheap stuff. You know how it is, but you know, Peasant Elite Peasant Elite is what we're going for here. Where it's going to fail, if it does fail, is this tail cap here. That's where, or somewhere in this, between the tail cap and the momentary switch, that's where these things usually shit the bed. Sometimes you got to like fiddle with the end cap here, and it, I don't know, it gets weird. So we'll see how it goes. As far as the flip up sights, I don't foresee any issues with these guys. It just is what it is, man. $350. I had the bolt and stuff laying around. So if you had to buy it, standard PSA, if that's who you went with or whoever, they're like $65. Charging handles are like $8. So it's really not bad. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's really not that bad. So y'all just got to do what y'all got to do. Is there better stuff? Absolutely. Absolutely, there's better stuff out there, but who cares, right? All right, so I want to flip these up so that way they co-witness. So I got to get them lined up in a good spot here. So this seems, well, how far back do I want to go? This seems good here because when I put it down, I don't want it to get in the way of the charging handle. So you just kind of got to eyeball it, wing it, do's what you do's. All right, so that's roughly where that's gonna sit, and then boom, these things just pop up. Nothing crazy. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for the front, and then I'll tighten all this stuff down. I'm not gonna tighten it down right now. Flip this thing up. Oh yeah, I guess it would help if I loosen this, wouldn't it? That would be helpful. Should have just taken the freaking upper off, but taken, you idiot. So I'm actually interested in seeing how this thing turns out. So what's next? So what's next is me actually painting this thing. So I actually picked up something that's pretty cool. I think you guys are gonna like it. What that is, I'll show you here in a second after I get done being incompetent. I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments how incompetent I am. That's always fun. So I've had a couple people get butthurt, like, why spend the money on this or do this? Like, did you not read the intro or like the video description and see what the goal was here? The goal is not to have an expensive rifle. The goal is to see how cheap I can build it with things that are kind of necessary. I think backup sights and a light and a sling, 2-point sling, and certain things are standard. Like you have to have that on a rifle. Can you get by without it? Absolutely. But does it make life easier? Does it make it more efficient? Yeah. So that's just my belief. If you don't believe that, that's cool. I'm not upset with you. I'm not mad. That's just your opinion, and we can all have different opinions, right? Some people don't understand that. There's like one standard to them, and that's it. There's many different standards, many different expectations. It is what it is. So, what's next? What's next is painting. I'm gonna put a pole out. So what I did here, it's gonna be really hard to pick up. You guys aren't gonna be able to see. I will peel a piece up. So I bought these decals. So I had stencils. If you didn't see my last video where I painted a rifle, I had a stencil, but they're like hard. It's a hard stencil where you have to like physically hold it and like mold it to the rifle while you're painting. These are vinyl decals, and what it is it's kind of like multicam. So this whole thing is patterned and has little pieces like this. Some are bigger, some are smaller. But now that you see this little piece is missing, you can see like this whole sheet is full of these little vinyl pieces. And what I'm gonna do is just stick them around in different patterns and paint it whatever color you guys choose. So I'll probably pick about 5 different colors. And that color that you guys choose is what's gonna be painted on this rifle. So after I place these, it'll be that color, and then where these little vinyl decals are, after I'm done painting, I'll peel them off and it'll be black. So it'll be black and insert color that you guys choose. So that poll is going to go live tonight, And then hopefully I paint it in the next couple days. Once you guys decide, I go to the store and find the paint color. Then we'll get at it and I'll make a little video. I already did a how to paint your AR video, so I'm not gonna go into like super big detail. I'm literally just gonna start painting it and you guys will see the finished product once I'm done. And then what else do I need a pole for? Oh, a hand stop, foregrip, whatever you want to call it. I like to have one. I don't have a lot of space because there's only 3 M-lock freaking slots right here. So I'm thinking something kind of small. So there's going to be 3 options. There's going to be a Magpul knockoff, which is polymer. There's going to be a Strike Industries knockoff, which is aluminum. I'm not going to say it's billet aluminum, but it's aluminum. It's a knockoff of their foregrip. And then just a basic little nub as a hand stop. So 2 foregrips, angled foregrip styles, and then 1 just normal hand stop style. So I'll have both those polls live tonight. If you don't know where to find the polls, if you go to my page under community, there's like a whole wall. It's kind of like Instagram where you can post polls, pictures, questions, whatever. So if you're not checking those out or if you don't receive the notifications, go ahead and hit the notification bell. That way you see when I post if you want to follow along and comment your suggestions. Now, if it's not on the poll, I don't really need you to put in the comments, do this, paint it this color. There's going to be options and you got to pick from the options. Like you can't just comment what you want in the comments because that's not how it works. It's a democracy. Most votes wins. People are like, oh, get this light, get this light. I'm like, bro, that's not even an option on the poll. The people have already it's already at like 60-some% for this light. I can't just switch up the game. Same thing for the sling. Get this sling, I run it, it's sick. I'm like, it probably is, man, but like, 1, that's out of the budget for this build, and 2, like, it's not an option, man. Like, I gotta go with the people. I can't say this is the people's rifle and then go to left field and do something crazy different. So that's the update, guys. This is her. She looks good. Let me flip these bad boys up. Take that crap off. She looks good, right? Not bad. So all in right now, I don't know the exact cost, but way under $500, and I have everything you need so far, minus the hand stop that I want to make a pretty good, decent rifle. And then next is just paint it, a little bit of visual mods, and then shoot this piece of shit and see how she does. All right, guys, till next time, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the polls. Have a good one.